So we live in a pretty cool world where anything you can think of that you want to look for online, eventually, if you look hard enough, you can find it. I was looking for a solution for a this Power Hobbies heatsink that had two 30 millimeter fans to give me a conversion to a single 40 millimeter fan that was significantly higher cubic feet per minute airflow to give me better cooling capabilities. And I looked online, did a lot of looking and digging through files and research and students' templates that they made for school and things like that, and eventually came across this. This is eventually what I ended up going with. This is a 3D rendering of the device in measurements of millimeters, and it is two 30 millimeter fans converted to a single 44 or 40 millimeter connector on the top. And of course, with this type of rendering in today's world, you can take this picture and file and send it to a random 3D printer somewhere in the world and have them manufacture this for you if you wish. So I did that. I went ahead and shipped that off, and it took about 2 weeks. I got the product in. I've got another video where I will show that, the finished product mounted, at least with my current setup. And yeah, it works. It came in. Only thing that was off on it that didn't quite fit was the gap between these two measurements going across for the screws are just maybe a millimeter or 2 millimeters too far apart. It just barely misses. What I ended up doing, just because the material is fairly thin, doesn't take a lot of effort to do, is I just took a sharp 3 millimeter drill bit and just basically pushed it back and forth through the holes and dremeled them out a little bit in the direction I needed to, which was towards the center, and did it to all four of them just to give me a little bit of gap without really weakening it too much. And it worked out really well. Mounted it, had no real issues with it, but if I had enough knowledge to go into the software and change those hole points, I would correct those by a millimeter or two, and that would rectify that problem with the connecting of this to the Power Hobby dual fan setup, if you wanted to actually mount a 40 millimeter single fan. But cool world we live in where you can do that. Just ship it off to a printer and have it shipped right to your house. They can even print it if you wanted in aluminum, which is great. If you were bashing, if you wanted to, get something that was really solid and, and knew that would be durable. I just was concerned, and like I said, this was a trial and didn't know how it was going to turn out, and I didn't want to pay the $70 or $80 it would cost to 3D print it in aluminum on something that I wasn't sure if it would even buckle down on this. So but that is where things are. Like I said, it's fairly close, and with very little modification, you could do this in aluminum very easily. But this is the part that I would show it to you and let you know that almost anything you can think of in today's world you can find online and print. So pretty cool times.